So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day you're looking at this vlog. So on today's agenda, we are going somewhere where I would go if I want peace. So as I said, this is the first vlog of this channel and many more to come. Most of them it will be travel content, given the fact how my calendar looks throughout the year. But I will also try to sneak in some other content which will be regarding daily life vlogs or anything that has to do with me, basically. But for today, as I said, we are going to a place where I would go when I want peace. It's a place in Wicklow. It is also called as the Glen Beach Cliff Walk, or you can call it as the Wicklow Cliff Walk. I'm gonna tell about it more later in the video. As you can see, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna catch a bus. I live somewhere very far from there, so of course we have a lot of travel time to go. So we'll get quickly ready and then let's go. So time to leave. First things first, how to get there. So I live in Naas, so my only way to get there is changing two buses. People who've been living in Dublin or of course living in Ireland know that the 133 goes to Wicklow. So I have to go to the town first and then take 133. I think it's once every hour, and you can get off at the last stop at the Wicklow or the bus and take a small walk, and it takes you towards the cliff walk. Although I'll take some time to settle with this camera. Go easy on me, guys, I'm a bit new here. So let's get quickly towards the bus stop. My bus is 6:52, it's around 6:40, so it's a roughly 7-minute walk for me. I'm gonna tell some interesting facts about the place some more time into the video. So stay tuned for some interesting facts and some great views and some breathtaking views actually of the Glen Cliff Walk, which I believe is much better than the likes of maybe Bray or Howth Cliff Walk. I've been to all three of them, and I would say that Wicklow Cliff Walk is the best of all three. So just stay tuned for some more interesting facts, and I will quickly get back to you guys. So we have gotten down from the bus, although I strongly believe we should have gotten down at the earlier spot, because from here the next bus stop is around a 15-minute walk. I'm just walking all day here now because I have to walk a lot when we go to the cliff walk. Some quick facts about the channel which I'm gonna tell. We're gonna post some great content in the coming days, months. We're gonna travel some places in Ireland, some places of Europe, might go to India for some content, and also to meet my family. Of course, that's the most important thing. But yeah, so please like, share, subscribe for those videos, because you might see just great travel and some daily life contents coming in your way. And one more thing about Dublin, I believe, it's my personal opinion again, it's much better in the morning as compared to what is in the evening, really. Anyways, we're gonna quickly get to the bus stop, might grab a coffee on the way, and then let's catch the bus. Well, we reached the bus stop, and here we are, just spotting a great work of art piece there. Just see. I don't know if you can see it, but that's a great work of art piece, isn't it? So we have gotten off from the bus, and it's like a 15-minute walk from the bus stop here to the parking. So the guys have a parking. The spot is open 24/7, but travel with care, guys. No need to go in the nights when you don't know the areas. And second of all, very interesting fact about this, a 3.7 kilometer walk, and which comes around in a loop, and I would call it as an easy to moderate walk. The reason why I call it is because it's very open on some of the cliff edges. And what I mean when I say it's open on the cliff edges is when you walk around the cliffs, there are no fences around. So the Wicklow Tourism, where there's a website called Wicklow Tourism, if you can see around, they actually recommend you to have proper walking shoes, or preferably proper walking gear, so that you can take care of yourself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna first go to the Glen Beach, and when we go to the Glen Beach, I'm gonna sit around and throw some random facts at you about this place, which might amaze you and amaze me as well. Also, one of my favorite birds of all time is also breeding here. Luckily we can spot it. Let's see. First of all, the water is freezing cold. Freezing cold. I could hear my legs getting cold. And if you ask me why am I not going inside the water, guys, I don't know to swim. I'm here alone. I'm not gonna take any risk with her. It's the last thing you want to play with. So just gonna enjoy some time in the beach, and then we can resume our cliff walk. Also, I should have removed my shorts because now they are cold. So I have to continue my generous walk with the cold shorts, and nothing sucks more than that. Anyways, I'm just gonna have some food, and then we can start roaming around the walk actually. So let's move on with our actual normal walk. So I'm gonna see a last look of this beautiful spot over here. That was a cute dog there. Tried to film it, wasn't successful. We got another one here. If you could see, he looked me in the eye. Okay, let's continue. So, this cliff walk, I must say, like other usual cliff walks, has a lot of elevations, and then, of course, you gotta decline as well. Also, I would also snip some good information in the way. You can pause and now if I turn the camera and you see whatever distance you can see the walk, as I said, has pretty much elevations and then declinations. You need to go up and then go down, go up and then go down. And those are the golf clubs over there, if you can see. I'm so sorry, this camera doesn't have a pretty great zoom. That's one of the major drawbacks of this camera. If I zoom in, it's gonna cut a lot of the frame. And you see, unprotected cliff, and this is what it means by unprotected cliff. It doesn't have any fencing, it doesn't have any protection. So if you're gonna go over there and try to take some good pictures, might be your last picture. So just mind yourself, guys. When you travel to such places, just mind yourself. Mishaps can happen. Even though we take the utmost care, mishaps can happen. Also, this is one of my favorite parts of the cliff walks, because you see, you can see the blue water underneath it. I'll try to film it. I don't know if I can film it because it's you have to go a little bit down. So we have fencing over there. We'll try to take a shot from there. Although I'm not good at the camera, I know I'm saying shots again and again. Let's see. Now, also a very interesting thing about this cliff walk. If you go on the Wicklow tourism website, they say that there are archaeological sites discovered. I mean, I'd say there are archaeological sites here, but it's on the south section of this cliff walk. Now, I'm not good with directions, so I don't really know which is the south section of this cliff walk. And they have found prehistoric flints and something called as the lime kiln. I'm not really sure. It's something called as a lime kiln, and that's where the bay gets its name from. If you know, and if you get the archaeological site, do visit the archaeological site. See what the historic flints are all about. Also, when we go around the cliff walk and we reach at the end, we will see the Wicklow Head, which comes under the Wicklow SPA, which is the Special Protection Area. Because you see, it's really open. It's like a country's entry. It's really open to the sea. Well, what my take on that is, it's pretty much anybody can enter from there. Because you see, the Wicklow SPA, or a Special Protection Area, I think it's a place where the places are not guarded. Anybody can enter from a small beach. Anybody. So that's basically it. Well, there's, as I said, there's pretty cool information on the Wicklow tourism. Well, kudos to Wicklow tourism because this site is completely free. I know places which are not as good as this, but they still charge money if you want to go. Well, fair play to them, but fair play to this as well because this doesn't have any money involved in this. That's a pretty cool spot. We can try to go over there. Don't really know if how good is this. We can try our best though. And also, if you ask about me about all the wildlife here, as I said, the best bird of all time, I would love to spot a peregrine falcon. It's the fastest bird. it has well, most of our airplanes, the stealth bombers, which is also famous for, which is inspired from the peregrine falcon because it cuts it's made by nature in a way where it can cut and travel around 200 miles per hour or 350 kilometers per hour, something like that. Well, now this spot, if you see properly, you have to mind the spots because all of this is unprotected. It's a slope, so you can easily slip around the slopes. Well, of course, there's a way and there's some grass in, but you have to also mind if you fall down and hurt yourself here, because as I said, these are slopes. If you don't have proper shoes, you might easily slip and don't want to hurt yourself when you're actually enjoying. Well, also the site also says that this is 500 million years old, which is quite believable given the fact you can see the formation of the rocks here. I didn't really think that would be 500 million years old. Of course, I think we're gonna spot a seal. I think so. Is that a seal? That is a baby seal, but it just vanished underneath water. And again, the zoom of this camera is pretty shit, and it just vanished underwater. Even before I could turn the camera, it just vanished. Let's continue. I hope we see some seals near the shore, but I highly doubt because the boat says August to February, because that's when it's very cold and seals come around the shore. In summertime, they mostly spend their time in water because, of course, and this summer it's pretty horrible around in Europe. There are heat waves. So even Ireland here, 31 degrees Celsius last week, a record-breaking temperature. I was just sweating around when I was working from home, but take this spot here. Well, when I came here last time, I could see people sitting over there. At your own risk, guys. At your own risk. The government doesn't permit you, but if you want, you can always be a hero. Well, I could sit here all day, gazing at this blue ocean, crystal clear water, cold enough to freeze you up, at least for a brown person. Cold enough for a brown person. Well, I know a lot of Irish people do swim around in even 5 or 6 degrees Celsius. Never done that. Don't know if I'll do it ever. As I said, you might not be able to, if you're not able to hear me properly because of the wind. I'm so sorry, I haven't bought a mic yet. But as I said, people do go up to the spots. But again, as I said, do it at your own risk, guys. So many people. I don't know if they're having beers or something, but yeah, if they're having beers, it's a great place to have beers. I wouldn't do so, but yeah, fair enough. So now, if you see at the very far end, and those are the very, very great golf courses over there. I mean, as I said, it's the best place to play golf. But I surely believe it's expensive. People of Wicklow, whoever lives in Wicklow or owns a house in Wicklow, I fucking envy you people. What a great place to have a house. You wake up to the go to the breathtaking views of this ocean. Pretty great. Also, I don't know why are we unlucky today, but it's a great place for boys to spot planes. You see planes every now and then. I don't know why. I think it's because of the clouds that I couldn't spot any plane here today. Also, the best part is the sun is out. Provides a pretty great lighting for our vlog. And also makes you feel pretty good. But that doesn't change the fact that that water was so fucking cold. Also, some things about the rules of this place is when I came here last time, I know there is a board near the shore where the seals are here. There's a straight board that says do not approach seals, although when I came here last time I could see some dudes trying to climb that fence over there, trying to approach seals. So guys, I would just like to say that please do not do that. It's not good, it's not cool. It's not good for the animals. You're disturbing them. It's not permitted by the government. It's not permitted by the authorities. And make sure whenever you visit such places, make sure you mind the rules so that these places can go for as long as they can. Because when these incidents happen at a larger pace, we have no option left but to close those places. That's what happens every time. So whenever you go to these places, make sure you're mindful of them. Make sure you're mindful of the surroundings. If you're having food, if you're drinking something, make sure your others are not disturbed. Make sure you don't litter. So, just gonna sit here for 5 minutes to just look at the great view. Also, look at the formation of this rock. Isn't it so fucking great? The water around it is multicolored. Even the rock forms like a funnel, or you can also say a tunnel. And see that's what nature never keens to amazes us. That's what it is. You think that the way where the water is, the passage, it's all nature's formation, and the water keeps hitting those rocks and the rock gets carved out of them. It's pretty fascinating to see, you know. So, continuing forward, we don't really have much left. I think if you see that part there, is basically the way splits. One part goes towards the shore, which is kind of fenced so that people don't approach the seals. And now the other part goes on the top of the hill where you can see the seals from the top. Let's just keep moving. Also, it's summer, so I'm not really very good with how the wildlife reacts to different kinds of temperatures, so I'm not pretty sure about it. Also, I don't know if this place here is quite underrated or not, because any time of the year you come here, you don't see it flooded with people. As compared to the likes of, I said, Bray or Howth, if you go to the Howth Cliff Walk, or if you go to the Bray Cliff Walk, those places are actually flooded with people. It's a crowded region. I don't know how other than the Cliff Walk, it also has good vibes. And we're probably gonna go to Howth. I don't know if I'll cover it because I've been there multiple times. I went to one of the Howth seafood festival. Those are great because the thing is, Howth and Bray has this different kind of things happening, and that's why it's always flooded with people. But that's not the thing with Wicklow. Wicklow itself is a very peaceful town. It looks like you're in the proper retro vibes. Is that what I would describe it as? Now, here's some information when I say about the Lime Kiln Bay. It's a special place for wildlife, and this is all the wildlife you can see. I know that the lighting or the sun is pretty shining on the camera here, but you can just pause and take a look at all this. It's pretty fascinating. That's the star of the show here, the grey seal. That's the black guillemot, scurvy grass. That's the kittiwake. Now when I say about this way here, you see, if you go this way, you will meet a fence, or maybe a small fence which takes you to the shore where the grey seals rest. And if you go from here, it takes you on a top spot on a height where you can see the seals from a distance. Although, as I said, I don't know if you're lucky today to see the seals, but we're gonna go on the heighted spot. We're gonna go on some cliff, on some ridge here, so that we can get a proper look, and also we can get a proper look at the ocean, and a final proper look at the whole cliff walk that we did just now. So, very close to approaching the end of this cliff walk. If you see, that's pretty much the end of the cliff walk, which is the final piece of land you can see, and that's where you can stand at the height to see on the seals if you're lucky. But and that's called the Wicklow's Head, and that comes under, as I said, SPA, the Special Protection Area. And again, as I said, kudos to Wicklow Tourism for all the information that is on their website, and also keeping this place free. It's 24/7, although I wouldn't recommend you to be here at night, just to be on the safer side, guys. So this is pretty much the end of this cliff walk, and bad luck, guys, no seals. You can see that shore right there usually has seals rested, and then there is a fence there, but I think it's only between August to February, so I think we are at the wrong time. Although I've seen them the last time I was here back in January 24, and it's windy quiet here. It's a beautiful, very beautiful scene here. If you can see, it's the vast ocean. And that's all the walking we did right from there. So I'm just gonna stay here for some time. So for now, we're just gonna wrap up the vlog, and hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned in for more content that's gonna come your way. We're gonna do some places in Europe, we're gonna do some places in Ireland, some exciting adventures maybe, if my schedule and my calendar permits me to. So just like, share, subscribe for this future content, and ciao, see you.